Welcome. This is Yogalates. So for today's class, you will need a set of blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can also use pillows. You can use books. We'll need a set of light weights if you'd like them. And then, of course, we will also use a set of ankle weights. You can place them on your ankles or on your wrists at any point in time. We're actually going to start laying on our back today, bringing your soles to touch. Your knees fall open, focusing here on your breath. Deep inhales, deep exhales. You can always place a block underneath your knees if you'd like. Or you can place the block under your hips, holding and breathing. You're welcome to bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Focusing again on your breaths, deep inhales, filling your belly, ribs, and lungs. Full exhale, lungs, ribs, and belly. Continuing with that breath. On your next full exhale, stilling your lips, once again filling your belly, ribs, and lungs. Hold at the top, and with your lips sealed, exhale through your nose, building that heat within your body. One more breath, just like that. Full inhale, full exhale, in and out through your nose. And then gently draw your knees together. Roll yourself up to a comfortable seated position. And we're going to use that block now, placing that block underneath our hips. You can stack 2 blocks if you'd like, allowing you to open up your hips. Drawing the right foot in between the left. From here, arms down by your sides, keep your arms up high overhead. We're going to cactus the arms, lift your gaze. Arms come up high, gaze comes forward. One more, lift your gaze. As you draw your elbows down, gaze comes forward. And release, both arms up high overhead, gaze is forward. Release your right hand down to the floor or to a block. Left arm comes up high overhead. Rise up, stacking your shoulders again over your hips, arms up overhead. Release your left hand down to the floor or block. Right bicep to right ear, left hand to the floor again or a block. Rise up, stacking your shoulders over your hips. Release your right hand down, left bicep to left ear, hold it here. Bend your left elbow. Spread your fingertips wide and extend. Rise up, shoulders stacked over your hips, arms overhead. Release your left hand down, right bicep to right ear. Bend your right elbow and extend. Rise up, arms overhead. Release your right hand down to the floor. From here, hold the connection of your right ear to your right shoulder. Rise up and release your right hand to your left ear. Release your left arm directly out in front. Bring your palm facing up, shoulders stacked directly over your hips. Release your left hand down to the floor and draw large circles forward, up, back, and down. Hold that connection, right ear to right shoulder, Slow, large circles. One more. Once you get back to your starting position, we're going to reverse that direction. Flip it in reverse, full circles, up, forward, and down. Two more. Completing that circle. Release. One more. And release your left hand down. Release your right hand down. Stack your head directly over your shoulders. Alternate your feet. So bring that left leg in front of your right. Sweep your arms up high overhead. Bend your elbows, cactus arms, lift your gaze. Press your arms forward, gaze comes forward. Two more times. Bend your elbows, spread your fingertips wide, pull your shoulder blades together. Gaze comes forward. Exhale to bend, lift your gaze. Inhale, lift. Release your left hand down to the floor to a block. Stretch over left side body, right bicep to right ear. Rise up, shoulders stacked over your hips, arms come high overhead. Release your right hand down to the floor to a block. Left bicep to left ear, deep stretch. Rise up, back to center. Release your left hand down to the floor to a block, right bicep to right ear. Bend your right elbow. And extend. Rise up. Release your right hand down to the floor or to a block. Bend into that left elbow. And extend. Float up. Release your left hand down. From here, hold that connection of your left ear to your left shoulder. Rise up, stacking your shoulders over your hips. Place your left hand to the outer edge of your right ear. Maintain that bind. Release your right arm directly out to the side. Bring your palm facing up. Let your hand come down towards the floor. Back, up, full circle forward, and down. Maintain that connection, left ear to left shoulder. One more in this direction, full circle. Once you get there, bring your hands back to the floor, reverse it. Draw your hand forward, up. Once you get to the top, draw it back. Release it down. Lift it up. Draw it back. One more time. And release it down. Come back to center, stacking your neck back in the middle. Release your hands down. Bring your hands in front of your knees. Walk yourself out to a tabletop position. If you have that block, set it off to the side. Finding your tabletop. From here, tuck your toes. Wrists are directly under your shoulders. Knees are under your hips. Tuck your toes. Inhale. Hammer your belly down. Lift your gaze. Untuck your toes. Scoop and arch around your spine. Deep exhale. Gaze towards the tops of your thighs. Inhale. Tuck your toes. Lift your gaze. Exhale as you round your spine. One more time through. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Come back through neutral spine. Maybe patter out your toes. Tuck your toes. Press your hips back, stretching the soles of your feet. Pressing back. Holding and breathing. All right, go ahead and release, stacking your hips back on top of your heels. Reach your left arm high, deep inhale. Thread the needle, left hand comes down under your right side. Exhale, inhale, lift. Exhale, reach under and through. One more time through, inhale, lift. Exhale, reach it further through. Release your left hand, release your left cheek or ear to the floor. Option to extend that right arm long. You can also bind that right hand around towards the left hip crease. You can also extend that right leg long. If you have that right leg extended, we're going to lift and lower for 3 and lower. That's 2 and 1 more. All right, release that right leg down. We're going to rise up, hold that right leg extended. Reach your left arm high. Release it back down. Shoulders on top of your wrist. Extend your right leg if you have it bent. We're going to draw the knee to the elbow. Kick it back. Draw that right leg up and over towards the outer left foot. Look over your left shoulder. Kick it straight back. Knee to same elbow. Kick it back. Draw it up and over the outer left edge. That's it. 2 more times. Kick it straight back. Knee to same elbow. Extend. Up and over. Pressing into the ball of your foot. Extend. Knee to elbow. Kick it back. Draw it up and over the side. Holding here and breathing. To deepen that sensation, press your heel towards the floor, pressing deeper into that left hip. To lessen that sensation, press deeper into the ball of your foot, lifting your heel higher. Bring your gaze back to center between your thumb and index finger. Lift that left leg high. We're going to draw it up and over towards the outer right edge, coming into gate pose. From here, tuck your left toes. We're going to press the hips back and forward. Draw the hips back and forward. 2 more times. On your next one, walk your hands in towards your left knee. Sweep your arms up high overhead. Reach your right hand down, that right leg, left arm comes up high overhead. Roll your hands down, left hand down to the floor or to a block. Lift your right leg high. Release that right leg down. Rise up, shoulders stacked over your hips, arms overhead. Fold forward. Walk your hands back out to a tabletop. From here, we're going to take that right leg, we're going to hold it straight. We're going to do some rainbow taps up and over to the left side and back over to the right. So you're not going quite as far directly out from your hip, but you're just drawing those rainbow taps up and over. Imagine that your left foot is your guide for that centerpiece. Keep it going. All right, go ahead and draw that right knee in line with your left. Stacking your hips, stacking your shoulders. Maybe bump your hips side to side. Okay, let's repeat it on the other side. Reach your right arm high, deep inhale. Exhale, reach it under and through a left side body. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach under and through. Inhale, lift. Last time, reach it under and through all the way, full extension, releasing your right ear or cheek to the floor. You are more than welcome to keep your left hand boxed out. If you like, you can extend it out long in front. You can also bind it around towards your right hip crease, holding wherever you're at. You can also extend that left leg long. If you have that left leg lifted, or extended rather, we're going to lift and lower for 3 and 2. Last one. All right, lower that left leg. Keep it extended if you have it lifted. Press it off your left hand. Reach your right arm high. Stack your wrists directly under your shoulders again. Go ahead and extend your left leg if you had it lifted. Or if you had it bent, I'm sorry. Lift your left leg high, draw your left knee to your left elbow, kick it straight back, draw it up and over the outer right side, looking over your right shoulder, kick it straight back, knee to same elbow, kick it back, up and over, 2 more times, kick it straight back, knee to same elbow, and extend, up and over. One more, extend, knee to elbow, kick it back, draw it up and over. Holding and breathing here. Again, same option to deepen that sensation. Press your heel closer in towards the floor. To lessen that sensation, press into your wrist. All right, we're going to find that gate pose. We're going to lift our left leg high, drop up and over to the outer left hip here, sealing into that inside of your your left foot. From here, tuck your right toes, press your hips back, and then press it forward. Draw the hips back, and press them forward. One more. All right, stack your wrists under your shoulders. Walk your hands back towards your right knee. Rise up. Release your left hand down to the outside of your left leg. Right bicep to right ear. Cartwheel down, right hand towards the floor or to a block. Lift your left arm high, left leg lifted. Release it down. Walk your hands back out in front, coming to that tripod, that gate pose here. From this position, we're going to lift that left leg high for our rainbow arches. Tap it to the outer right side, lift it up. Tap to the other side, and lift. Your gaze remains down between your thumb and index finger, protecting your spine. Keep it going. That's it. On the next one, release your left knee back in line with your right. Bump your hips side to side. From here, spiral your pinkies towards the outer edge of the mat. You're welcome to hold it here if you'd like. Maybe rock side to side. Hold it here in the center. Spiral your fingertips towards your knees at any degree. You are more than welcome to hold it here in this stretch, or if you'd like, you can rock forwards and backwards, maybe side to side. Come back to center. Bring your fingertips back towards the top of your mat. Flip your right palm up towards ceiling. Right palm stays down. You're welcome to hold it here if you like. Rock your hips forwards and backwards, maybe side to side if that is more comfortable for you today. Come back through center. Flip your right palm down to the floor. Flip your left palm up towards the ceiling. Option to hold. Maybe rock forwards and backwards, maybe side to side. And back to center, flip your left palm down. From here, bring your toes to touch, bring your knees open. We're going to press back to child's pose. Extend your arms out in front. Holding here and breathing back in child's pose. From here, with your arms extended, we're going to press forward, stacking your shoulders over your wrist. Your knees are bent. We're going to lower down for 3, 2, and 1. Extend your legs. Bend your knees. Press yourself up. 3, 2, and 1. Press yourself back, child's pose. Extend your arms out long. Press forward, shoulders stacked over your wrist. Knees are wide, lower down for 3, 2, and 1. Once you get there, extend your legs. Bend your knees. Press up, 3, 2, and 1. Press back, child's pose. Let's do that 2 more times through. Press forward, shoulders stacked over your hips. Once you get there, lower down for 3, 2, and 1. Extend your legs. Tap your toes, bend your knees. Press up. Once you get there, press back. All right, one more time. Press forward. We're going to lower down Slow and controlled, elbows stay tucked in. Once you get there, extend your legs, tap your toes, bend your knees, press up, press your hips back, find your child's pose. Maybe rock your head side to side, holding and breathing. Holding. Maybe walk your hands over to the left side of your mat. Walk your hands back through center. Over to the right side. Back to center. Come through tabletop or tuck your toes, lifting your hips, coming in downward facing dog. Pedal your heels. All right, from here, lift your right leg high, three-legged dog. Bend your right knee, stack your hip. Square out your hips. From here, step through, coming into low lunge. Release your back knee down. Untuck your back toes. From here, hold your breath. Hold the hinge forward. Keep your left hand to the inside of your right foot or on a block. Release your right arm up towards the ceiling. Holding and breathing. Rise up. Low lunge with a twist. Arms out to a T. And reverse. Bring your right hand down to the floor. Your left calf or block. Left arm comes up high overhead. Come back. Tee out your arms. Holding and breathing. From here, straighten your front right leg. Tick-tock your hands down. Kneeling pyramid. Kneeling triangle. If you want to challenge, you're welcome to hold there. If you want to challenge, you can reverse your triangle. Cartwheel your hands out as you bend to your front right knee. Step your right leg back. Finding your flow, lower that right leg or keep that right leg lifted or come through tabletop, lowering down. Pressing up. Tuck your toes. Maybe back in downward facing dog, pedal your heels. Lift your left leg high, three-legged dog. Bend your left knee, stack your hip. Square out your hips, extend your left leg straight back. From here, step your knee in between your palms. Release your back knee down. Holding and breathing here in the forward low lunge. Keep your right hand to the inside of your left foot on the floor on a block. Release your left arm up high. Low lunge with a twist. Rise up. Tee out your arms. You are welcome to hold it here. If you'd like to reverse, draw your left hand down to the floor or a block. Right arm comes up high overhead. Come back. Tee out your arms. Straighten that front left leg. Bump your hips back slightly. Go ahead and tick-tock your hands down, coming to triangle from a kneeling stance. You are welcome to hold it here if you want to challenge your balance. Reverse. Cartwheel your hands down, bend to your front left knee. All right, tuck your right toes, step your left leg back, or keep it hovering, or come down to table and find your flow. Press up. Meet me in downward facing dog, pedal the heels. All right, lift your right leg high, three-legged dog. Bend your left knee, stack your hips. Maintain that bend in your right knee, and then draw your right knee to your right wrist. Drawing your left leg back, coming into half pigeon. If you'd like, you can have those blocks here under your hands, walking yourself up, or you can place your hands on the floor, holding and breathing. From here, bind your hands behind your back. Open your chest. You're welcome to hold the bind or place your hands back to the floor or on those blocks. We're going to hinge forward and up for 5 and 4. That's 3. 2 more. Last one. All right, hold it down. Option to bring your arms out in front on the blocks or to the floor. Opening up that right hip. Option to thread the needle, lifting your left arm high, drawing it under and through the right side body. Maybe bring your left ear or cheek to the floor. You can rock your hips side to side, drawing your right hip down, left hip down, any variation. From here, walk your hands under your shoulders on the blocks or on the floor. We're going to press our right hip down, swing that left leg forward and back. Swing it forward and back. One more time. Draw it forward. Hold that left leg straight. Sole of your right foot's into your left leg. We're going to lift it for 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach your arms up high overhead. Release your left hand to your left hip. Extend your right arm, deep inhale, lengthen. Release your right hand to the outer left edge of your left foot. You can grab your calf, you can grab your thigh. You can also grab a strap. If you'd like, place it around your arch and then pull yourself down. Single leg stretch here. Bringing the crown of your head toward your toes. On your next inhale, gently rise up. I'm just going to face you guys really quick here. Hold in that position. Left leg is long. Your right knee is bent. We're holding and breathing. Stack your shoulders over your head. Maybe rock your hips side to side. We're going to get into some core work here. Draw your elbows wide behind your head. Chest is lifted. From here, we're going to draw the elbows in. Crunch it in. And open. Crunch. And open. Exhale on the crunch. Elbows together. They don't have to touch. Inhale to open. Exhale. And lift. Keep it going. Two more. One more. We're going to hold the upper body upright. From here, draw your right elbow down. Rise up. Left elbow down. Rise up. Right elbow. Rise up over to the left side. Back to center. Keep it going. Slow and controlled. Your hips are staying grounded. Flex your left toes, pressing your left calf into the floor. That's it. Keep it going. All right, on the next one, rise up. From here, we're going to twist looking over your right knee. Come back through center. Look over your left side. Come back through center. Keep your hips grounded. Over to the right. You're twisting your torso. Back open. Your elbows are wide, so avoid letting your elbows come close in together. We already did the open and close. Those elbows are remain nice and wide now. One more on each side. That's it. We're going to start right back to where we started. Over to the right side. Hold that twist. Release your right hand down to your right hip. Lift your left arm high. Lift your hips coming into stargazer. Press it forward. Release your hips down, slow and controlled. Release your left hand to the outside of your left hip. Press up. Hold it on the exhale and release down. From here, I'm just going to come back to our starting position. We're still staying here. Plant your hands down front. We're going to bend that left knee. So you're coming to a 90-90. So your right knee is bent out in front, your left knee is bent behind you at any degree. Your left knee can be forwards or backwards from your hip. From here, bring your hands to heart center. We're going to lift the knees, coming to the back side. Rise up, keep your shoulders lifted. Come back to forward. Come back. Being slow and controlled. All right, this time we're going to hold it forward. You're welcome to hold it here if you'd like. Lift your hips up. Slowly lower down for 3, 2, and 1. Come back to the back. Lift the hips. Hold it here. Slowly lower down for 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center. Plant your hands on the floor. We're going to tuck our left leg back. Tuck your left toes. Sweep your right leg high. Coming back to three-legged dog. Bend your right knee. Stack your hips. If you'd like, you can flip your dog, coming in a wild thing. Keep that right knee bent. Let it fall over your left hip. And then release down on the floor. Press your hips forward. Right hand comes past the crown of your head. Come back to downward facing dog if you were in wild thing. Pedal your heels. All right. Let's repeat that on the other side. Three-legged dog, lift your left leg high. Bend your left knee, stack your hips. Hold that bend in your left knee. Draw your left knee toward your left wrist. Release your right knee gently to the floor. Tuck your right leg back. You can place a block underneath your right hip for more support. You can place your hands on blocks on either side of your hip, gazing up, looking up. You can also bring your hands to the floor. When you're ready, hinge forward. Again, bringing your hands to the floor or your forearms to blocks if you'd like. Many variations here, maybe rocking your hips side to side if that feels good to you. You're welcome to thread the needle here, reaching your right arm high towards the ceiling, draw it under and through the left side body, maybe just placing your right ear cheek to the floor, maybe to a block if that's more comfortable for you. Holding and breathing. On your next exhale, gently press yourself up. All right, we're going to take that right leg and we're going to draw it forward. You can keep it bent in that right leg. Release your left hip down. Walk your hands to the center of your body. You can place your hands on those blocks to rise up taller. We're going to sweep that right leg forward and back. Sweep it forward and back. One more time. We're going to hold that right leg forward. All right. Hold that right leg forward. The inner left sole of your foot is to the inside of your right thigh. Your right toes are flexed. Grab that strap if you'd like it. Reach your arms up high overhead. Release your right hand to the outside of your right hip. Inhale, lengthen your left arm. Exhale, reach for the outer knife edge of your right foot. Maybe reaching for the outer calf, your outer thigh. You can also grab that strap, wrapping around your arch and pull yourself towards that foot. Maybe bringing your knee towards your nose, heart towards your thigh, pressing the crown of your head towards your toes. Hold it for the exhale. On your inhale, gently rise up. Draw your arms up high overhead. Hands to heart center. All right, we've been here before. Draw your elbows wide. Stacking your shoulders directly over your hip. Maybe rock your hips side to side. Get nice and cozy. We're going to be here for a while. All right, from this position, crunch, elbows tuck in and open. Crunch to tuck. Open to lift. Crunch to tuck. Open to lift. Keep it going, slow and controlled. Again, your elbows do not have to touch. You want to draw your navel deep into your spine as your elbows come in towards one another. Squeezing your shoulder blades towards one another as your elbows open and lift, just like a butterfly. 2 more. Sit. On the next one, hold the elbows lifted. From here, draw your left elbow down to the left side. Rise up. Right elbow down. Rise up. Left side. Keep it going. Bring it down. And lift. Rise up. Things slow and controlled. Your right toes are still flexed. Your hips are grounded into that floor. 2 more on each side. Rise up. All right, last one on each side. Getting that elbow closer towards the floor each time. Rise up. All right, stacking your shoulders once again over your hips. Rotate, looking over that left knee. Come through center. Looking over that right hip. Back to center, over to the left side. Back to center. Over to the right. Keep it going. That's it. Open, twist over to the right. Come back to center. Twist over to the left. Once more in each direction. Over to the left. Hold that rotation to the left. Release your left hand to the outer left hip. Reach your right arm up high. Lift your hips high. Hold for the exhale. Release down. Slow and controlled. Release your right hand to the outer right hip. Left arm comes up high. Press your hips up. Release down. All right, from here, we're going to come into that 90-90 bend. So bend your right knee. Your left knee still stays bent. Stays bent. My goodness, I can talk. All right, let me try facing you guys the entire time here. Bring your hands to heart center. From here, we're going to rotate the knees to the back. Whoop. Come back to the front. Knees to the back. Back to the front. All right, we're going to do it 2 more times in each direction. We're going to add that lift and lower the hips. Draw your knees back. We're going to lift the hips up, press into that left knee. Hold it on the exhale, slowly hinge down for 3, 2, and 1. Draw your knees forward, pressing up. Release it down for 3, 2, and 1. All right, from here, we're going to keep that right leg back, tuck your right toes, plant your hands down, lift your left leg high, 3-legged dog. Bend your left knee. If you like to flip your dog, maintain that bend in your left knee and rotate it towards the outer right hip until it falls down the floor. Press your hips forward. Left arm is extended. Press your hips up towards the ceiling. And wild thing, flip your dog, come back, downward facing dog. Pedal your heels. All right, gently release your knees down to the floor. Come to your left or right hip. Coming down, finding a seated position. Your feet are planted. Got a block between your palms. Feet are grounded, arms out in front, Frankenstein arms. We're going to roll back, slow and controlled. I want you to think slower the better. Rolling back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Once you get there, release all the way down. Extend your arms overhead with that block. Extend your legs out long. Tiny arch in your lower back. Bend your knees. From here, place that block back in front. Lift your hips and place that block on its lowest setting under your hips. Just letting your hips fall into that block. You're welcome to keep your knees bent with your knees up towards the ceiling. You can also butterfly your knees open, rocking onto the outer ankle of each foot if that feels comfortable for you. You can extend your legs out long. Just holding here and breathing. You can keep your hands on your hips, one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. You can also bring your palms facing up, pinkies in, thumbs out. Just resting your hands by your side. Coming to your relaxing position. Coming back to your breath. Maybe wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. If your knees are butterflied open, gently with your palms, draw your knees back together. If your legs are straight, go ahead and bend them, planting your feet on the floor. Heels are close in towards your hips. Squeeze your glute, lift your hips up high. Set that block off to the side. Hold your bridge here. Option is to keep your hands by your side. If you like a deeper stretch, clasp your hands behind your spine, tuck your chin to your chest, walk your hands under your shoulders, and lift your hips up. Draw your knees towards one another, keeping them hip width apart and parallel, not allowing them to open. Inhale, lift higher. Hold it on the exhale. Keep your chin tucked into your chest. Release, slow and controlled. Releasing all the way down. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Curl yourself into a tiny ball. Rock and roll yourself 3 times along your spine. Toes tap, roll back. Your toes can be crossed, or you can keep your ankles side by side. And gently rolling up. Find a comfortable seated position for you. Draw your arms up high overhead. Release your left hand to the outside of your right knee. Right hand comes behind your right hip. Gazing, looking over your right shoulder. Inhale, arms come up high overhead. Exhale, right hand to your left knee. Hi, Lexi. Gazing, looking over your left shoulder. All right, fantastic work. Thank you all so very much, everyone. This was Yogalates. My name's Amanda. Have a fantastic rest of your day, rest of your week. Thank you all so much. Bye, everyone.